Hi, I'm Ben Harrington from Wrap Digital, and in today's video we're going to be looking at your ideal customer and how you define who that person may be. Now this is something that pretty much any business should be doing, defining who their ideal customer is. If you don't do this, you can end up being quite vague in how you promote or market to that client. So especially in online marketing, having a defined customer, a customer type that you're most likely to work with is critical. It's going to make your marketing and promotion considerably more successful. So here's some things to consider about knowing your customer. So the first thing to bear in mind is, who are they? So you need to think about things like their gender. Are you more likely to sell your product to a man or a woman? Actually, it's quite likely that you'll know one or the other. How old are they? You know, if you're selling a particular kind of product that's more suited to people over the age of 50, there's no point in marketing to people in their 20s. Where are they based? Now, a lot of companies that sell products nationally or even internationally will still make more sales closer to home. People just have an affinity, a greater affinity with working with someone that's based a few miles from where they are rather than 200 miles away. What's the relationship? Is your product more likely to benefit people who are married, who are single, etc.? What hobbies have they got? You know, are they into fitness? If they are, they might be interested in a product that helps with that. Are they into pets? They're not likely to be, you know, into pet grooming if they've never owned a dog or a cat or whatever it may be. How much do they earn? You know, is someone going to buy your product if they earn 10 grand a year, or someone who earns 100 grand a year? Different products will relate to different people and, you know, what their salary may be. What about if you're selling to businesses? Now, actually, a lot of these things will still apply. You know, you might find it's easier to sell to a man more than a woman, depending on your circumstances. But think about things like turnover. Is the company turning over 100 grand a year or 500 grand a year? If you've got an expensive product, if they're turning over 500 grand a year, they're probably more likely to buy your product than if they're, you know, turning over 100 a year. Again, where are they based? This goes back to the point I just said. I work with all sorts of companies across the UK, but I probably have more clients who are based within a 30-mile radius of me than those who are, you know, based in Scotland, for example. How many employees have they got? Is it 1? Is it 10? Certain companies are going to have a greater propensity to use your services. It might be that once you get to 10 employees, your services aren't as good anymore. Or what's their position? Are you selling to an HR director? Are you selling to a sales director? Are you selling to a manager? You know, maybe you can't get hold of a director. Maybe you need to sell more to a manager. So when you've got that defined customer, it's going to make your marketing a lot more straightforward. Now, why is that? Well, firstly, the medium that you use to promote to someone is going to vary depending on who they are. Let's say you're promoting to young people. It might be that you're more likely to get hold of them if they're using Instagram or Facebook. Let's say you're promoting to business. You might find Twitter more successful, or actually LinkedIn is another good way. Let's say you're promoting to people who are over 60. Maybe online marketing's not the way. Maybe you need to be looking at advertising in magazines, or offline marketing with postcards or mail shots, whatever it may be. Knowing who that person is going to help you hone in far more easily and far greater than if you're just trying to market to everyone. I hope you found that useful. If you have, please leave a comment in the box below. My email address and my telephone number are going to come up at the end. Please get in touch with me if you have more questions. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye for now.